Hello everyone, welcome to Satsang. For those who are not aware, we use WhatsApp as a means of communication. You can send to that number that appears on the screen and the questions will come directly to me. It makes communication quite easier, more private and more fluid. Let's make some silence first. Silence. Complete abstraction. Nothing has value, existence. Just vastness, emptiness, void, silence. Don't allow any disturbances into that silence. Just stay there. So silence, for the majority of you, it's like a leaf on a tree that stays still for a very short period of time. Only a small breeze can make it wave. Strong wind rips it off. If it rains, if whatever comes shakes the little leaf. The hot sun makes it dry. There's many examples we can give with this, or a piece of grass. But your silence eventually has to become like a mountain. And silence really is a mountain. Doesn't matter what happens, if the sun is too intense, if it is raining, if it is the wind is blowing, it stands still, undisturbed. And this is the body of silence. Modern life has brought a lot of benefits in many ways, but for seekers of truth, has brought many difficulties, many fragilities that are there because uh, discomforts are more absent, not just discomforts, challenges at many levels. And the mindset that is that you look onto what you call reality, this mindset that everything has to be easy, it has to become more easy, more nice, more soft. This mindset makes you completely weak. And you see this in the silence as you recognize this leaf that cannot hold still, that cannot stay in that silence for a long time. When challenging situations come, everything falls apart. So this is weakness. And there's a lot of things you can do about this. Food, for example, but this is not what I'm going to talk about. Winter always comes, and with winter comes challenges. So there's psychological winter, emotional winter, and this brings a lot of disturbances, difficulties. And when tests come in the spiritual path, if you're not strong enough, uh, focused enough, then you will see yourself falling apart without the strength to continue. And this happens to a lot of people. It's not just a matter of wanting or not, if fragility is there. So this fragility has to be taken care of, and it's not that difficult. Then you can move to the next question if that's what you want or not, because this is what tests are all about. They are testing you to see if that's really what you want or not, or if you still have something more important to distract with. So for those who find themselves into these difficulties without having the strength to continue, and this is not many people that find themselves like this in spiritual terms, in a real spiritual path, because it is difficult to come to this point, to this stage. That means a lot of things that you have been working, or that it has, or that there is blessing, whatever, because there's a lot of distractions and seekers tend to distract a lot. And without focus, it is difficult to reach this point of intensity. But as you reach this point of intensity, most of you become very agitated, very unbalanced, very uh, in a huge turmoil, and find themselves weak. I've spoken about as a means of tapas, austerities, the cold shower, which is a very important practice. In the beginning, for psychological reasons, for preparation, but at the long run, it is quite a necessity to make the body more cold, because it reaches high temperatures with intense meditation. So I covered this extensively in a video. I don't remember which one, but it is there. Is it meditation or something? Okay, they will figure it out and they will post the link. But I will talk about that also a little bit. So when you sit for meditation with a normal outlook, you take about 40 to 50 minutes just to calm the mind, just for the mind to become more steady, more silent. Then the rest of the time is about deepening. If things are in its right place, then the whole day is about making the mind more focused in your spiritual practice. And then when you sit formally for formal meditation, it starts immediately to deepen. But this is not many seekers do this, because they are still fighting with distractions. So they get distracted all day long. If their meditation is in the night, in the first hours of the day, from 2 o'clock to 6 o'clock, the biggest period of meditation. Then when they reach at this point, then they find themselves waiting, struggling and waiting all this time just for the mind to settle down. So the cold shower, and the colder the better, they bring the mind to this point of stillness. And it's not just the cold shower as it is usually made. People go under the shower and get out really fast. That's not the thing. You see, training the mind to become steady, it is 24/7 practice. So as you get in under the shower, you don't get immediately under the shower. You open it up, cold, not warm, not a drop of hot water, just cold, and you stay there, close to the water. And you will feel in the beginning, because then it will disappear, you will feel your guts moving upwards, like in a repulsive way. And you steady your mind in the middle of that. A lot of noise will be there if it is in the beginning, in the before going to that cold shower, a lot of conversation about giving up, what am I doing, this is not needed, blah, 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 blah. And it will continue, and you will just keep abstracting from that. As you come close, open the waters, close, it will be very intense, very intense. And resistance to that will increase. Then you will enter the water slowly, slowly. And that repulsion will be there strongly. And you will resist it, and you don't let your mind waver. And that is a very good practice, because in that moment, things become very intense in the beginning, then it disappears. And as you enter the water, you do not let your mind waver. You keep it still and you focus on the breath. You don't let the breath intensify. You keep it still. In the beginning, it will be impossible. The only thing you can do is or either inhale intensely or hold your breath. But you have to start bringing this awareness to the breath and inhaling deeply and slowly to control the breath, make it calm and steady under that circumstance. Then you will let the water run down through you and you will stay there, and you will move from the head to the chest, to the back, to the legs, to the arms and shoulders, everything. And you like this, so that everything gets cooled down, and you let the cold go inside your body. More or less 5 minutes, it's good. And in that period, you don't let your mind waver. In the beginning, it will be very difficult, and the more you resist it, the more difficult it becomes. But with time, very quickly, if you have the right attitude, you will see that these things will disappear, and you will start to notice what this is all about. The first parts, which are uh, quite fast and visible. Other things take more time. Physically, in terms of health, there is a lot of benefits, a lot of improvements, a lot of things. But I will not cover this here because it's not the point. And you can check this in the internet, because there's a lot of people that do this.